Dude, every time. I don't know what it is with this stuff. I can never figure out. Okay, I guess I'm going now. Uh, so like last video, I was talking about internet dating. So I figured I'm gonna dive into it a little bit because it is an insane world. So I remember back in high school when it first started coming out. I remember making fun of people that were doing this kind of stuff. But here we are in today's age, and this is apparently how you meet people. So, and watch it. I'll get a text message or something now that I just started this. It will happen. Of course, a lot of things going on in the news, but we won't even talk about that. But anyway, internet dating. Here's the first thing: is like it seems like that's how you meet people. Like I was saying last time, you go to the gym, like you traditionally would meet people, or you go to the grocery store, or you go out. One, there's not that many people going out anymore. It's in a lot of places where I see them going out, they're kind of cliquish. So you got to break that clique or be able to actually, talk to them. And sometimes nobody holds a good conversation even when you start that. So anyway, seems like everybody's kind of the majority of people have kind of put themselves in this online dating thing. So there might be more sites, and I don't know, but here's the ones that I've tried so far. Well, Facebook now has a dating app, which tried that, I've actually gotten more responses. I don't know, hundreds of women that I've matched with, and then which is pretty incredible because most of these dating apps, there's a lot of bots and all kinds of other crazy stuff, and sometimes you don't even get anything for a long time at all. I guess some of it depends on how you set your profile up or whatnot. But so then you got the Tinderizer, I like to call it, because that's what it is. You're pretty much in this meat grinder of a freaking showcase of hedonism or whatever. It's just it's crazy. Then you have Hinge, which I think is a little bit better. You kind of actually have to go to see everybody's photos. You actually have to go through and read a little bit about them. But it's still pretty superficial, BS. Bumble is the other one. I guess that's 4, and that one if you match, then it's up to the woman to initiate conversation, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, I've had good luck. I guess if you rank them all, I've had pretty good luck holding conversations on that one, but it's still dicey at best. But here's the deal. Here's what I've seen. There's a number of different women that are doing this. I don't know. And what I've seen a lot, and it kind of jades men, is a lot of these chicks, especially on Tinder's probably the worst, because Tinder you have a lot of bots and people's trying to sell you websites and whatnot. You can really tell pretty easily on by just looking at the photos, and then now just like report them or whatever. But there's a lot of women there that even nasty looking, because the majority of these women on here, to be totally honest, I would not look twice at them. And then there's a whole nother part of them that they've learned how to use photography in a way to make them look better than they actually are. And I mean, not that you shouldn't have good photos on there. I actually purposely put mediocre photos on there, and then every time I've actually met somebody off of this stuff, they're like, "Oh my God, you look way better than your pics." I think I just generally look better in person. I don't know than I do in my pic. I kind of have a resting asshole face, I guess. In my pics, and if you looked at my life through pictures, it looks like I died after 18, and so I mean that's just what way it is for me. Besides, I got other different types of pictures, but anyway, to go back into that, so there's this interesting dynamic. What I've noticed throughout this whole process of actually using internet dating apps is that a lot of women use this as an ego boost, an ego trip, because they'll go on there, and I've talked to some women about what is going on your side of the coin, and most of them don't realize how hard it is for the guy on this side, but for them, they're getting bombarded. I mean, just lambasted with matches and weird messages, and I can't believe in the day before internet dating you would not have such brazen, just crazy messages from dudes. But anyway, they're getting hundreds, even fat chicks, even ugly, nasty looking chicks that are troglodytes, which I mean you can say I might be hideous or whatever. They are getting a lot of messages, they're getting a lot of matches, so it actually gives them a false ego boost. Not to say that it looks or everything. There's But what it does is, I mean, a lot of these people are not developing the personalities either. They go on there, they get their little ego boost, and they go about the life. Then they get slapped in the face in real life, and they go ahead and just throw on some whatever Instagram photos, or they go on to Tinder and they get like 300-400 matches, and they feel good about themselves or whatever. And then the other end of that, so if you actually match with somebody that you're you're interested in, you shoot, we match, we should be able to talk, we should be able to have a conversation at the very least. So you shoot them a message, and then you don't get anything. So like, good 50% of them don't say anything, or it's like some generic hey. And then what I've found is it's inherent with texting in general. A lot of people don't get jokes anymore. Like, you reference certain things even in your own age group, and it goes by them. Or like the other day, I sent some, I don't even know what it was. It was just a quirky little flirtatious text. Are you just, I'm not here for a hookup or whatever. I was like, dude, I'm joking around, for the love of God. And plus, you got 3 kids from 3 different dads, and so who knows, I bet you're here for a hookup, but you want to con yourself into believing that you're actually here for a relationship of some sort, which is what I'm actually looking for. Which, the conventional wisdom is the guy's supposed to be out there trying to sling his sausage everywhere, which it seems to be the exact opposite. Seems like the roles of reverse. Women are the ones that are doing a lot of the hooking up, and the guys are, of course, unless you're in that top, high tier male, most guys are looking for a relationship. But and it's not that I don't get a lot of dates or anything. I'm actually looking for something more. I'm at that age where it's like, man, it'd be nice to have somebody to have a conversation with. The problem is, you can never get past those first few steps. So these things are actually jading men and women, and then a lot of women are using them as ego boosts. So if it was me, I mean, we can go deeper into that. Maybe I will later. Put messages or whatever down there, and let me know if you want some other deeper thoughts, because I want to kind of keep this to a minimum. But if I were a young guy, or even I guess a guy my age, I would not. I felt better about myself. Not that you shouldn't have self-confidence even using this, but I felt better about myself and getting out there and talking to women in the real world, even if they can't hold a conversation. But every once in a while, you will knock into one that still likes to have a conversation in the real world outside of a cell phone. I would delete them all. I mean, I would start just working on yourself, and then and going to places hopefully to share some interest, even though that seems harder and harder. Like I said, one of the places I would meet women was the gym, right? You go there and everybody kind of has a shared deal. I mean, we're all working out and stuff, and sometimes you need some help, or hey, there's somebody to make a comment or whatever. Oh, you can strike up a conversation somehow. Now people just wear like earbuds and they don't want to talk. They just, it's crazy. And I've been to gyms across the country because I travel a lot. So I had like a Planet Fitness, Anytime Fitness membership, and you go all, across from Midwest to the West. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the East Coast, but from the Midwest all the way to the West. And I seen that dynamic shift after, where I got good 16 years of dating, time. You just see that transition in the way, people operate in public. I remember being able to strike up conversations with chicks like at a grocery store line or whatever, and you can but then they kind of look at you even weird, even if you're a decent looking guy. They just don't know how to hold the conversation because they're so used to now text messaging or having some quirky little Facebook Messenger deal. So like the depth and breadth of conversation is just not there anymore. But that's the way you got to do it. Like, if you want to play the internet thing, good luck. Just be prepared to be destroyed a lot, and then if you get prepared to be ghosted. I mean, these chicks, it's like self gratification. That's the word I was looking for. But anyway, I didn't mention Facebook. So the Facebook dating site, I tried that. That seems to be the new thing on the block, and I've gotten like hundreds of girls, and it's a similar thing. It's always the same thing though. It's like, okay, very superficial conversation. They can't get jokes. They can't. You try to set dates. Oh yeah, then they back out, or maybe you get one that actually meets you. It's just it is a good weeding tool, but at the same time, it gives you like a really bad sense of what's going on out in the real world. And so, like me, I'm going back. I'm going to get off these things, and I have better luck just going and trying to actually strike conversation. And then when you actually hit somebody that can have a conversation, then you got something that's almost lasting, and you can go do things and whatnot. But finding somebody that's like that's even harder, because one, I think, I don't know how the vast amount of women that I see out here are so like disgusting. They're overweight, and same with guys. There's a lot of guys that are just like just disgusting. Not that I'm a perfect specimen, but I go to the gym, I take care of myself, and whatnot. That's all I ask, is just it's a reflection of your character. And these fat chicks that are looking at you like they expect you, like you should be, oh, fat acceptance, oh, you should, I'm beautiful. No, you're not. You're disgusting. You're hideous. I'm not going to go out with that. I'd rather be alone. Free porn, baby. There's free porn on the internet. Not that you want that. I would like to have a conversation with somebody, but it's like, what the hell is going on with people? I mean, so you got to find the right person, and then chances are, I mean, it's just a minefield out there. But if it was me, I'd get off the internet dating as a dude. Just do it. Just get off. Change the dynamic. Work on yourself. Try to meet people in real life. Your percentages of success will go up. Maybe your opportunities are going to go down, but your view on life will change in more of a positive manner. Your percentage of actual successes will go up, and then you've got to start looking at, like, where do you go to you actually meet these, meet girls. And I don't know, maybe you go to bars like you used to do. I would, certain bars are probably better than others. If you go to the nightclubs, you're probably looking at some kind of more sleaziness. Every once in a while, you do get girls in there just trying to have a night out. So I've had some, back in the day, having really good luck. They're like actually meeting and like having a, good connection with somebody. But if you find like a higher end bar, even if you're poor, you can find those places, and you can at least go in there, and you don't have to go buy, the most expensive drink or whatever. You just dress decent, go in there, sit down at, maybe they have a bar there, maybe it's more of a lounge area, but I like the bar areas. You go up there and like, oh, I'm gonna watch the game or whatever the heck is, and then you usually have a couple chicks that come in there. Go over there and you can strike conversations. But anyway, I guess go back to that. Internet dating has just destroyed dating in general. It's just a shamble of what it used to be. Being able to connect with people. It's just the instant gratification. It's very superficial, wave top type interactions that lead to jack squat about 95% of the time. And if it was me, just go back to we need to revert back to what we were doing in the past. And if you're a young guy, just work on yourself and don't get involved in this crap unless it's like some kind of weird, I don't know. I wouldn't. Just go do something productive, and hopefully you meet somebody in the real world that you can strike conversation with, because this is craziness, all right? And then, chicks, you gotta hit the gym, for fuck's sake. Anyway, peace out.